Hi everyone, it's Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. I'm doing a triptych collage, meaning it's three separate pieces that work as one cohesive piece, essentially. It's defined as a piece of art made of three paintings connected to each other in a way that allows the two outer ones to fold inward the larger central one. Basically meaning what I said, three pieces of art that work together in harmony, but there are three separate pieces. So what I'm going to do today is something along the lines of Kintsugi art, which is the Japanese term for repairing something that's broken and making it more beautiful, essentially. So what I'm going to do today is going to be a couple of parts. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a background, and I have a piece of white, just general old watercolor paper. This is a 9x12. I have acrylic paint. I have Indigo, which is one of the prompts in the collage prompt. I have titanium white, and I have ultramarine blue. And then what I'm going to do then is they will be mounted on these three boards. Hopefully there's enough of this to mount on the three boards. I think there will be. And I'm going to use a gold paint to paint the bases. So that will be the background to what we're going to create here. So let me introduce you to what the collage prompt is. In the Facebook group Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists, run by PM Artist Studio, I run the collage prompt every month. And this month, I try to do something a little bit different. And it's three prompts: indigo, waves, and sea life. And, for this collage prompt, you can use whatever medium you want, whatever size you want. It's all your choice. The only thing is that you create an ocean-themed abstract triptych collage with those prompts that I mentioned: indigo, waves, and sea life. Really easy, really fun. I think it's pretty wide enough where anybody can join in and do something that is more in their lane, but also it's going to hopefully push you out of that lane and make you do something that you don't normally do. So that's why I'm going to do this project here. This is not a project I've done before, but I think I can accomplish it. So let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some paint on here, haphazard way. Then I'm going to fold this over in half, and then it's going to create, the paint's going to mix and create this really cool abstract textured paint, textured look, and then I'm going to let that dry. So I'm going to start with this indigo. This is a Lucas Krill Indigo 4722. You don't need a ton of paint, hopefully. I have it on this here because some of the paint may seep out the sides as we push it down. So I'm just going to have that there for protection, and also just to move it to an area so I can let it dry. And then this is ultramarine blue, also Lucas Krill Studio paint. Okay. So the intention is to fold this in half. Kind of maneuver the paint around, and that will help you create some different design in there. And you see the paint is coming out. It's okay. I want to get it out to the edge as much as possible without like creating this huge mess. Okay, let's see. I think it should be enough. So you have this really cool organic design here. It's almost looking like a butterfly. So this has to dry. So I'm gonna let this, put this in my window, let it dry in the natural breeze so I get paint all over myself. And then I can continue with that part of the project. Let me just set that down. I gotta clean my fingers. Okay, for this next part, I'm going to just paint the panels with the gold soft body Liquitex in it's iridescent bright gold. And it's a semi-opaque paint. Shake that up, and then I'm just gonna paint these, and then I'll continue. Okay, for this next part, I'm taking the gold boards and I'm going to add my sea element to each one. And what I've decided to do is just use a collage cutout that I found in a book. And I'm gonna Mod Podge them onto the board. So I have the striped fish there, and then I have the seahorse here. Now, don't be scared, I have a mangled lobster here, but just to, if you've never done this, as far as like fussy cutting something like very detailed for collage or whatever, you can cut it apart to get into those nooks and crannies. Like I haven't finished all that because this is a very thin strip of paper that is the one of the, I guess, the feelers, the tentacles of the lobster. But what I may do is just leave it out and then draw it in. Don't know yet. So I'm gonna leave that one for last, but I'm gonna start with this one here. And I think I wanna, for some reason, I feel like I wanna put it up there. Let me see which end of the board. And with the boards, I did 2 coats of paint. And just make sure you let it dry completely before you do another layer. I probably should have primed these somehow, but you know, I don't have the time for all that. All right, so what I'll do is use this high gloss Mod Podge on here. It will seal, it will seal my paint and the image, but it dries clear, which is great. I think there. Yep, it's done. It's a done deal. Yeah, so I spent the morning, this is day 2 of this project. I spent the morning fussy cutting, you know, looking for the images and then fussy cutting them, trying to get as much of the detail to keep it without, you know, mangling the entire image. I think it did pretty good. And the paper, the watercolor paper with the paint, the blue and white paint, that took definitely overnight to dry completely. And if you do a page like that with the, you know, smooshing the paint, you're gonna have some peaks and valleys, and those peaks are gonna take a lot longer to dry than the valleys, obviously. So just be patient with it. I kept mine by an open window, and we get a really good breeze here. And that helped to keep, to dry it out. So by the time I was up this morning, it was nice and dry. It's still pliable, but as you can see, it's maintained its texture. So that's one of the key things, is when you pull back your other half, is to just let it be where it is. Don't mess with it really. The only thing I did is there was some of that paint that spilled out. I just filled in a little bit there, a little bit there, but that was it. Otherwise, I left it as it is. Yeah, so play with that later. So what I plan to do, my goal is to use pieces of that around top, bottom, side, whatever, and then fill in the cracks with gold paint. So that's my goal. But first, I want to get this out the way. So let me do the next one. And yeah, I'm kind of playing it blindly as far as, you know, how this is all gonna get put together, but that's how I do things. I like a little adventure in my art. Why not? Live a little. It's just paper and paint and a piece of board. And yeah, it looks like a lot, but I think that's okay. Ooh, no, come on. Here we go. Guess I can take some of this off as I'm brushing it out. And this does dry clear. And it's a waterproof medium. So that would be very cool. I'm just doing this with a light touch. Trying to get rid of some of the thicker lines. Okay, so 2 done. That's this one. See, it dries pretty quickly and it goes clear right away. It's still not completely dry, obviously. So I'm not gonna stick my finger in there, but yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay. So, for our lobster here, this one's tricky because of the different pieces. And what I think I'm gonna do is just to, oh, come on. Put it down piece by piece and then go from there. So, maybe I'm gonna start down here with the lobster. Now, I'm not liking this. I'm gonna see if I can color it. It's an acrylic pen, and I'm gonna see if I can at least cover the white. It doesn't look so obvious. It's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, one at a time. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my time with this. And then where do we want to put you? Like I said, probably somewhere around there. First, I'm gonna glue it down as I would glue something regularly, and not go over it with the Mod Podge just yet. so I can attach my other pieces. So I think for this, yeah, I'm gonna need to trim. See, this is already falling off, so I'm just gonna take that out and do a little more fussy cutting here. Yeah, I could do this with a craft knife, but I don't have any fresh blades and I don't really want to mess with my craft knife that has a dull blade. It's just too dangerous, and especially with like these tiny cuts that, my luck, I chop a fingertip off. Oh, I gotta get in here. Come on. Oops. Oh, that bottom part broke. All right, I'm not gonna tempt fate anymore. I'm just going to trim up this little piece here and then set it down, and I can come back in with the acrylic marker if I need to. So this is going here. Get a little on the mat. These two little leggies. All right, so this guy here, it needs a little bit of a trim, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. What I did with that is just do away with it and do something else. This one's a little... Okay, I think that's enough. That's enough futzing, right? So I think this part should go first. Yeah, I'm going to use some tweezers for this part here. Not the best tweezers for this, but I'll use what I got. Something got stuck up there. Oh boy, come on. Before you all decide to go home. What happened there? What happened? Is that just a piece I didn't cut? Yeah, that's what that is. I thought there was like something else that was stuck behind there. Shall we try again? There it is. I'm like, wait, there's something missing. It's right under your nose. All right, this is a little delicate, so. That's good. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish covering this up and then let it dry, and then I can do the outer bits with the painted paper. Okay, the next step in this process, what I want to do is tear these in such a way where I'm going to fit, I should have enough for each panel, and I'll tear it apart and then place them, and then fill it in. So let me just do that, and we'll go from there.